Hi, good day. Welcome to my Entrepreneurial Action video presentation for the module 05581. My name is Maria Rebecca Dibiray, and I'd like to start my presentation with a quotation from Wickham, which says that a more meaningful, though less precise idea is that the entrepreneurs make major changes in their organizational world. So I look forward to making some changes or influence some points of changes in my organization in the future after finishing this module. So I'd like to also say thank you to my supervisor, Dr. Stefan Alexa, for his support and making my research project possible. And the title of my research project is Implementing LMS or Learning Management System in ICSA Kuwait, where I belong as a COVID-19 response of an educational institution. So these are the project objectives and summary of the outcomes that I had on my lists to be able to accomplish. So by the time we started with the lockdowns here in Kuwait, my attention was all in this. So I just focused on this since this was the greatest challenge that we had as an educational institution as well as a business organization. So I wanted to answer these questions. Can educational institutions like ICSA still be run as a business in a COVID-19 affected world? And of course, I'd like to ask this question: why is education a priority amidst the pandemic? Because most of the schools were closed and yet we still struggle to open. And why is that so? So I had the main objectives of my research as the following. I had explained the situations of ICSA Kuwait before and while COVID-19 is still around. I evaluated if ICSA Kuwait still manages to operate and continue to be run as business amidst the pandemic. And of course, I enumerated reasons why education is a priority amidst the pandemic and relate this with coping with the COVID-19 situation. So here's my research design and methodology. So my research design and methodology is in figure 12 in the action research write-up. And the method that I used is IPA, so interpretative phenomenological analysis. In this method, IPA is a qualitative approach which aims to provide a detailed examination of a personal lived experience. So it produces an account of a lived experience. So in this case, my experience being part of this organization. So it recognizes this experience in its own term rather the one which is prescribed by any pre-existing theoretical preconceptions. And it recognizes that it is an interpretative endeavor as humans that are sense-making organisms. That's according to Smith. And I have chosen my methodology as phenomenological. Okay, so here the central structure of the experience and is the intentionality. Okay, and I have understood the objectives, the individuals, the groups and societies that are related to my business organization as I studied it, and the form of such pre-understanding from the basis and limits of human science and its strengths and weaknesses in contrast to natural science. So this methodology is the one that is best suits to my method. And then I have the theoretical perspective, which is interpretivism. So interpretivism. So my theoretical perspective is interpretivism. So in this philosophical stance, the core idea of this is to work with these subjective meanings, which best explains my methodology and method. So the core of interpretivism is to work with these subjective meanings that are already in the social world and to acknowledge the existence and reconstruct them, to understand them and to avoid distorting them, to use them as building blocks in theorizing. That's according to Goldko in 2012. And finally, I have my philosophy or epistemology, which is constructivism. So I chose constructivism um, because I have found my relative peace, source of my reason for judgment of the business environment that I am currently involved. I believe this best explains why I have chosen methodology and methods as such. According to Crotty, epistemology is a way of understanding and explaining how we know what we know. Moving on, so I'd like to discuss my reflection while taking up this action project. So the first part was to make or to take the research ethics quiz, which I have gained lots of insight in preparation for the in preparation for the action research itself. So the action research has proved to be something which I'm not going to be separate from it because I'm a participant observer. So it was a challenge for me who have no vast experience. I have very limited experience in the field of research. So there was a point when the analysis of data that I have gathered has to be consolidated and create it in a meaningful, relevant, and coherent piece of work. So ultimately, the research project was a new experience for me to improve the research techniques at a masteral level. And of course, since the limitation of the research is only for secondary type of researches, so we were not allowed to take any information from any questionnaire or anything. So I just took my information or data from secondary sources, public sources wherein everybody can just get from there. Also, one of the challenges is the time management. So I have to balance I have to strike a balance dividing my time between study and private life, being a wife and a mother of three. And of course, it takes courage to do that. And of course, I have used the one that has the university has given to us as an idea on how to manage time, the Gantt chart. I used the app which is clickup.com. I signed up in this one and they gave a very good platform to manage the time and tasks. So here is a screenshot of those. I also have appended this in my action research submission through a link. And of course, what went well? My personal experience was one of those that had been very well, and I'm very happy for that. The supervisor and university support was very helpful, and of course, dependencies. The dependencies I have are in my RAIDS summary. Also, the utilization of the feedback which I got from my instructor was very helpful as well. So I have made a summary of that, which I also have appended in my action research. Here are the dependencies that I have. For example, the formative feedback from the supervisor, the data and information from secondary sources, and so on and so forth. What didn't go well? The issues I have laid down in my RAIDs. For example, the access to information, because sometimes the information that we might be taking from secondary sources might be biased. And of course, time constraint, lack of confidence, as I've said, because of my limited knowledge in design and methodology of research. I have listed them down in my RAIDs list and table, which is also appended. What is transferable to the workplace? Of course, I have learned a vivid experience in time management, analytical strategic skills, decision-making skills, and problem-solving skills as well. So, entrepreneurial competencies. What do I look forward in the future? Of course, I am looking forward for an opportunity for my career path improvement. Perhaps I'll be asking for or seeking for promotion, or at least influence my organization uh, the results of my action research project, the application of my skills, and perhaps I could also encourage my colleagues and other people who are related to this business organization to think about career improvement by taking up also the same course. So that's the end of my video presentation, and thank you so much.